Hey everyone, Eugene Fedorowski from EugeneFedorowski.com. I hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. I hope you're crushing it in your network marketing business. And today, I want to share with you the things that I learned from prospecting 486 people in the last 6 weeks. So stay tuned. So today I decided that I want to take a little time away from my usual trainings on skills and stuff and share with you what I've been up to. And I've prospected 486 people in the last 6 weeks. And I want to share with you what I've learned. So first, for me to prospect such a high amount of people, I needed to get my mindset right. And it took me a while. And all these years I've been saying, well, once I start prospecting, I'm gonna be on fire. And it took me a while to actually start doing it. And typically people start a little bit, 5 people here, 5 people there. I decided to go for it. So in February, I went to Ray Higdon's event, Top Earner Academy Live, and he was talking about a lot of cool things. And something clicked in my head. I'm not quite sure what it was, but I just decided enough. I had enough already. And I wanted to start doing the things that I've been preaching. And that one of the things is prospecting. Now, I've gotten pretty good at marketing consistently, meaning I put out a video out there almost on a daily basis on my Facebook channel and on my blog at www.eugenefedorowski.com. So shameless plug, if you enjoy this kind of training, go there to check out what it's all about. And what I've noticed is that I needed to ramp up my prospecting. I needed to get more eyeballs on the presentation. And the way to do that is marketing and prospecting. So if you're marketing and you're not getting enough eyeballs on the presentation, you have to prospect as well. And one of the eye-opening things that happened to me in December was I was at a retreat with several of my Top Earner Club fellow members, and most of the people who I spoke with, in fact everybody who I spoke with, said they hate prospecting. And we're talking about top earners of companies. For some reason I had this illusion in my head that top earners enjoy prospecting, or they love prospecting, or they tolerate prospecting, or whatever thing I came up with in my head. And it was a big surprise to me that all of them said they don't like prospecting either, but they do it anyway. And I came to the realization that I just need to ramp it up. And I just decided to go full out, so to speak. And for the first time in my life, I set out an allotment of time for prospecting only. Now, I used to prospect here and there, but never in big numbers, never consistent numbers. So every evening, from like about 8 to 9:30-ish, I prospect. And in the beginning, since it was the first time I prospected, I was able to reach out to quite a lot of people. And it was interesting to me. So after a week or so, I caught myself that if I wasn't spending my evening prospecting, I felt weird. Like it started to become a habit. And if I didn't do it, if let's say my mind was on something else, like a forum or an article or on TV, watching a show, I felt a little weird that I didn't prospect my people. So I made sure that every single evening, my head didn't hit the pillow until I at least prospected one person. So I prospected in bigger numbers, and after about 6 weeks, I think it's been 6 weeks, I noticed something. That I was getting a little disappointed. Now, I'm not a kind of person who gets disappointed for a very long time, because I've learned from Tony Robbins to trade expectations for appreciation. And I realized that my expectations were off. I was expecting to get a lot more results than what I was getting. So, because after prospecting 486 people, not everybody answered. And that's pretty much all on Facebook Messenger. Unfortunately, not everybody answered. And what I found was that about maybe 30 of people answered. Out of the 30% of people, 14 actually watched my video. And that was a mix of presentation, company presentation for business, and product / service. So not the greatest numbers. I think that's like what, 3%? So I spoke with my coach, Ray Higdon, for those who are not aware, and I had a conversation with him. I brought this information to him and I wanted to see what he would say. And he took a look at what it is that I've actually been sending to people, the script that I've been using. And what he found was that I was using a lot of good phrases, but I was using so many of them in one message that it came across salesy. So I would ask people if they're open to watching a video. I would tell them, if I send it to you, would you watch it? I would tell them other things. And altogether, separately, one message here and there, sure. Asking them if they're open, that's great. And telling them if not, no big deal. But when you combine that with a bunch of other salesy messages, it just comes across salesy. So him and I worked on the script for me. And that's what I spent the last week and today actually sending out to people. So I've yet to see what kind of results I'm going to get from it. But so far, I've messaged 45 people since last Monday. And that's actually only 2 days, last Thursday and today, I believe. I decided last week to take my foot off the gas of prospecting a little bit, and I needed to focus on some behind the scenes on my blog and stuff. So that one day last week and today, 45 people. Out of those 45 people, 4 already reached out to me and 3 saw a video. So that's starting to get a little better. And what did I do? I tweaked my script. I took out everything salesy and I made it be more about a conversation. So I still have the greeting in there, but then I'm sending them a certain thing where it doesn't seem salesy to anyone. And that is something that I have to unlearn. That I've learned all these awesome phrases that people use, but I forgot about that if you are using them, that it can come across kind of salesy. So, and the idea is to get people's interest piqued. Now, I can't share it publicly because that phrase is very heavily relied on my company. But if you send me a message and tell me what company you're with or what products you're presenting, I'll be more than happy to tailor it and help you help apply what I learned to your specific company message. And that's it. That's pretty much it. So I'm looking forward to what the next few weeks are going to bring, what kind of results I'm going to see. And again, if you found this useful, as usual, feel free to like, comment, and share. Visit my website at www.eugenefedorowski.com for more training like this, where I post a video almost on a daily basis. Send me a message with what company you're working with. I'll be more than happy to come up with a custom message for you, just like my coach came up for me. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.